SubhanAllah, man. What's going on? Yo, relax, man.
Please state your name for the camera.
Yo, one sec. Why is the light so bright for, man?
Don't ask questions. I'll be asking the questions. Please state your name for the camera.
My name's Dow, man.
You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defense if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on YouTube. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Dow, man. You recently made a fundraiser on the 16th of September 2019. You raised £24,000. Where is the money?
No comment.
This is not
I'm sorry, I always wanted to say that. Yeah, basically, the money. Okay, so, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, my bad. Sorry, police station or wherever you are in the office, you have to start with the alhamdulillah. Basically, the money was spent on two things. Okay, number one, it was spent on purchasing new equipment so we can up our media side of things, so that we can create more content, better quality content, and reach more people. Number two, it was used to pay for the wages of 3 new staff members that we hired to be part of the media team. Cameramen, some were cameramen and editors, and some were just editors. That's basically where the money went. And we have produced a document which anyone watching can actually access, from the link below, which actually accounts for every single penny. Of course, there's a slight approximation when it comes to the GoFundMe.
Transaction fees.
Yeah. And on that document, they can actually see that after deducting the transaction fees that GoFundMe charges, which is 2.9% of the total and 25 pence per transaction, per donation, from that which was sent to us, every single penny has been accounted for.
Just have a look at this document. You bought an iMac for £2,984.40.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, £2,984.40.
You can round it up to 3,000.
How on earth can you justify spending £3,000 on a computer?
Okay, so firstly, the better quality the video recording is, the better quality the camera is, the bigger the file. The bigger the file, the stronger computer you need.
One second. Look, Dawah man might be good when it comes to giving da'wah. When it comes to tech, he's a bit old school. So I thought I'd explain to you why we needed a 27-inch MacBook Pro that cost 27-inch iMac that cost almost £3,000. So the first thing that we did is we got the 8 cores. Now the reason why you need 8 cores, and I know this is going to be a bit boring for some of you who are not really into tech, is when it comes to using softwares like Adobe Photoshop, the more cores you have, the faster it will render, and the faster your computer will boot up, so on and so forth. The next thing that we had to upgrade was the graphics card. The graphics card is what you use to watch videos, to render videos, and we had to go for the maxed out Vega 48. With the RAM, we actually saved a lot of money, because if you do it directly through Apple, they bump you. But what we did was, we ordered it from Amazon, installed it ourselves, and saved about £300-400 just on the RAM. As for the memory, obviously we do a lot of big files, so we needed at least 1 terabyte of memory. With the MacBook Pro, same story. So there you go.
Now we on any given day release across all of our social media platforms, and we've got about 4 or 5 of them, about 8 to 10 pieces of da'wah content every day. Okay, that could be lectures, that could be IGTV clips, that could be podcasts, whatever have you. The laptop that we used to have would take up to 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours, to render just a 50-minute lecture. Now we can render a 50-minute lecture within half an hour. Does that make sense? So the bigger machine allows us to be able to produce more content and at a greater rate.
And here, there's another computer.
Yeah.
And this time you spent $3,275 on a MacBook Pro.
Okay, so same reason. Number one, we needed, because I told you we hired 3 staff members, right? We only got 2 new machines that would be shared between those 3 brothers for the same reason. And the reason why the laptop, we opted for that is because we are on the ground a lot of the time. Sometimes we're in Umrah, we're traveling, we're between cities, and content needs to be edited on the go. So the MacBook was for that purpose, and obviously because the MacBook is a little bit more expensive.
And it says here Sony A7 III.
Yeah,
Is that a TV you bought?
that's the camera that you're recording me on, mate.
No,
You silly fed.
No comment. One last question, right? And you've been giving people £2,000 a month,
Yeah.
1666 a month. Who's K?
So obviously for data protection reasons, we're not revealing the names of our employees, but that's one of our cameramen who was paid £2,000 for 1 month because he worked overtime to the point where he actually became sick, and I think he almost became damaged because of how hard he worked that month. So with the overtime, it came to £2,000, and his monthly fee was £1,666. And that was only given to him 1 month. Every month after that was less than that.
Right, okay.
And he's a top quality cameraman. We're talking mainstream level stuff.
So where's your cut gone, mate? Why are you not showing your cut on the spreadsheet?
Because I don't have a cut, not even a single penny.
You what?
I don't have a cut. It's not a single penny. I have a career, I have an occupation.
So just to be
Out,
clear,
outside of this,
are you saying
Yeah.
that from this charity money,
yeah.
you haven't personally, in any way, shape or form, taken a single penny from this charity fund?
No, of course not. I'm a marketing consultant by profession. I have.
Listen, leave the plug in for another day, yeah? This is not a promotion. You're not here to advertise your skills. You're here to be interrogated.
Okay,
Alright?
no problem.
Alright, so you've explained where you spent the money on it in terms of equipment, in terms of wages, but what have you produced? What have you done with this equipment? Is it just chilling in the office? Are these people being paid to just sitting around and do nothing? Like, where is the money going? What's being produced, mate?
So I can understand the concern there, because there are many organizations, charities and whatnot. They make promises that when they take money, they will obviously deliver, and they'll do X and they'll do Y. And they, just generally speaking, sometimes I think they bite off more than they can chew. But alhamdulillah, in our case, I think we actually over-delivered. What we said was that basically, reason we wanted to create, basically have a better media team, equipment and personnel-wise, was because we wanted to be able to reach more people online, because that's where most of our da'wah spreads, right? And wanted to help guide people from around the country, around the world. And we said that based on my YouTube alone, we had received 1.5 million views over 3 months, which is approximately 15,000 views a day. It was in fact 15,555 views a day. So he was saying that inshallah, people will be able to get the reward of 15,500 views a day on average if they were to help donate towards the equipment and the team members who'd be creating this content. So if a person became guided because of a video that you donated for, whether it be the equipment on that video that was made or the person who was editing, producing, recording that video, then imagine that content that was watched, a person converted to Islam, or they left off sins, or they started praying, like, you'd get the reward for all the good that comes from that. Does that make sense? So in actuality, when we counted up all the views that we've received over the last 120 days, and by the way, this is, I've actually rounded down, so it's actually more than this. I've rounded down, yeah? But what it is that over the last 120 days, across YouTube, across Twitter, across Facebook, in fact, we didn't even include Facebook on this, so it's definitely more if you include Facebook, but across YouTube, across Twitter, across Instagram, across TikTok, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, we got 6 million views. That is 50,000 views a day. That is 3 times more than how it used to be. So since the new equipment and the new people that we've hired to the team, we've been able to up our work rate so that we can flood the internet as much as possible with as much content, calling people to La ilaha illallah, and we've managed to triple our views. So I think it's well worth the investment, inshallah. As long as you're sincere at the time you were donating. And again, we've had many people, change their lives, man. I can't even explain to you the amount of messages I get literally every day, if not every other day. Oh, I've seen your videos, I just came across your videos, changed my life, this, that and the other. And of course Allah Azza wa Jalla is the one who's in control of these things ultimately. But Allah facilitated for it to, stuff like I said, we over-delivered. It wasn't even us, it was Allah. It was Allah Azza wa Jalla, it wasn't us. So hopefully that explains where the money went.
Steve! You gave me the wrong guy, Steve! This guy's clean as a whistle! Sorry, Dalman, for the inconvenience. Just one more question.
Yeah.
How do I donate?
Basically, you can donate at the link below. Now, that fundraiser that I forgot to actually mention, when we were raising that money, it was supposed to be for 3 months. But that money actually lasted us 4 months. So we actually used that money so economically, or Allah allowed us to use that money so economically, that what was supposed to be 3 months worth of funds and wages and money to purchase equipment, we actually stretched it out with Allah's permission to 4 months. So now we need to basically raise money for the next 3 months, and we're actually trying to do something even bigger and better now, which is to fundraise for a studio. We actually have a room that's being offered to us, which there's a chance we may lose it if we don't move into it by next week. And we need to get £3,000 immediately to be able to secure that space. Once we're inside there, our work rate increases even more so, because we have a studio where we can manipulate a lot of the scenery, and we can just produce content like we're always in the office. This is where we are all the time. We just produce content all day, every day, inshallah ta'ala. Child My Bible becomes more consistent. The Muslim Experience podcast becomes more consistent. We can add in new shows. The quality is going to be a lot better. It's just everything that you've seen that we produced so far. It's just going to get even better, inshallah. Plus, there's a few more bits and pieces of equipment that we want to buy to help make the editing run even faster. There's a live editing bit of hardware that we want to purchase. That's going to make the work rate even faster, which means we'll be able to, inshallah, produce even more content. So we're looking to raise some more funds, inshallah ta'ala. It's going to be a lot less than the 24k initially, because a lot of the expensive stuff has already been purchased. It's going to be a lot less, inshallah ta'ala, but nonetheless, we are in need of these funds to be able to carry on running for the next 3 months. So hopefully, if you could donate the link below, that would be lovely, inshallah.
Alright, man, you're free to go. Get out of here.
It's my office, mate. You get out of here. I'm joking.